The 240-volt supplies power to appliances such as the microwave where fitted, 240-volt power points, and house battery charger. It also supplies one of the stove hobs in larger motorhomes and the reverse cycle air conditioner where fitted in Australian vehicles. These items will only work when the vehicle is plugged into 240-volt power at a campsite. We recommend that you plug into a powered site every 2 or so nights for a minimum of 14 to 16 hours to fully charge it. Of course, this depends on the climate and how often the 12-volt appliances are used. The level of charge on the house battery can be checked on the indicator panel here. If the battery charge is below 13 volts, it needs to be charged by plugging into 240-volt power at a campsite. Outside, on the driver's side, is the 240-volt power inlet. The orange power cord provided is a 15-amp power lead, which can only be used in caravan parks. To connect to the 240-volt power, check the main campsite power supply is turned off. Insert the power cord into the vehicle inlet. When plugging the lead into the socket, make sure the holes on the lead line up with the pins. Whilst placing on the pins, give it a slight jiggle and push it in slowly. This will ensure the pins won't get damaged. Insert the other end of the cord into the campsite power supply and turn the power on. If there is no power to your appliances, check the 240-volt isolation trip switch or circuit breaker inside your vehicle. It will look like one of these. They should be in the on or up position. If they are not, switch them back on. Make sure they are in the up position at all times. Also check that the 12-volt isolator switch is in the on position. Refer to the 12-volt video for more information on 12-volt. If both the circuit breaker and 12-volt isolation switches are on and you do not have power to the appliances, check the campsite power source is working properly. You can do this by contacting the campsite management or test an alternative power site. Remember, the power cable is 15-amp source and should only be plugged into the campsite power and never into a residential site. For further assistance, contact our on-road care team.